You ever wake up and feel like you didn't even sleep? Not because you stayed up late, not because you're hungover, but because every time you open your phone, you get smacked in the face with another WNBA controversy that has nothing to do with basketball? Yeah, that's me. I've officially got WNBA fatigue. And not just any fatigue. I've got layers of fatigue. Activist fatigue. Everything's a movement, everything's a cause, everything's a protest. Sometimes I just want to watch a game without feeling like I need a law degree. Victimhood fatigue. Folks bending over backward trying to find new ways to be offended. Like they've got an injustice scavenger hunt checklist going on. Race fatigue. The turn every single interaction into a race issue crowd is back at it again. Like, bruh, sometimes a foul is just a foul, not a 300-page sociology paper. Professional outrage fatigue. People working overtime to be mad at something. They clock in at 9, scroll Twitter, and say, "Who are we canceling today?" It's exhausting. And this morning, I woke up to a fresh batch of nonsense. I rolled over, checked my phone, and said, nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. But yep, there it was. Another nothing burger turned into a full-course meal of outrage. All right, let's get into the drama of the day. So, Chloe Bibby, fever forward, out with a knee injury, sitting on the bench this season, decides to do what every player does in 2025. Throw up a little Instagram photo dump. Nothing crazy. Just snapshots of her life on the sidelines with the squad. The caption? Bench mob things. Cute, harmless, the kind of post that usually gets some heart emojis and a Queen Fire comment or two. But tucked inside that carousel was one picture that sent WNBA Twitter into cardiac arrest. It was a cartoon drawing of Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark standing near a police officer. Now, if you've been paying attention, you already know exactly what this is referencing. That moment against the Dream in the playoffs. Cop tells Sophie to move behind half court. Sophie plants herself like a tree and basically says, nope, not happening. It was peak Sophie energy. Naturally, it became a meme. Fans laughed, clipped it, and shared it. Nobody said it was racist then. Nobody said it was offensive then. It was just Sophie being Sophie. But fast forward to Chloe Bibby posting a cartoon of the exact same moment. Suddenly, the internet squints real hard, tilts their head sideways, and goes, wait a minute, this might be racist. Why? Because in the drawing, Sophie, Caitlin, and Chloe are whites, and the cop is black. Boom, that's all it took. That's the crime. We're not talking about violence. We're not talking about slurs. We're talking about an animated picture recreating an actual game incident. And somehow people managed to twist it into racial controversy. Like, really? That's where we're at now? And you know what the wildest part is? Caitlin Clark herself commented on the post. Sydney Colson commented. Teammates liked it. The players themselves weren't offended. But WNBA Twitter? Oh, they saw 3 white girls and a black cop and said, we got them! Another scandal! Load up the hashtags, everybody! It's peak outrage Olympics. And here's where the WNBA cycle goes into full effect. You know the playbook by now. 1, a player posts something innocent. 2, Twitter mobs lose their minds. 3, headlines start using words like controversial and racial undertones. 4, and then, right on schedule, we get the apology. Chloe Bibby hits the notes like she's reading from the script every PR intern keeps in their back pocket. She deletes the picture. Then she posts, really sorry if I offended anyone with my post. That's not who I am. I need to do a better job at understanding the racial undertones and issues within this country. No excuse. I need to educate myself in this area, and I will. Hold up. Pause. Time out. We're apologizing for what? For posting a cartoon that referenced an actual moment that happened in a game? For not photoshopping the officer's gender and body type to be 100% accurate? For 3 white players existing in the same photo as a black cop? That's the scandal? This isn't an apology moment. This is a shrug and keep scrolling moment. But the outrage machine doesn't let people do that. They drag you into the arena, demand your confession, and force you to bend the knee over absolutely nothing. And here's the kicker. The people calling her out are the same folks who shout ACAB every other day. They hate cops. They despise cops. But suddenly, a cop in a cartoon is their hill to die on? That's what's controversial now? The hypocrisy is insane. What Chloe should have said is, y'all are reaching, it was a meme, relax. End of story. But instead, she got bullied into issuing a formal apology that reads like she just got caught running an underground crime ring. This league doesn't just have drama on the court. It's got drama in the Instagram comments. And honestly, it's exhausting. Now let's talk about Sophie Cunningham, because apparently breathing is enough to get Sophie trending these days. So here's what happened. A clip starts floating around. Sophie's on the court, the ref makes a call, the coach is waving their arms, and Sophie is, well, being Sophie. Animated, passionate, talking back, not holding back her personality. And suddenly, people online start calling her white trash. Excuse me? White trash? That's the best you could come up with? Let's get something straight. Sophie Cunningham isn't white trash. Sophie Cunningham is cool as hell. She's tough, she's fiery, she's the kind of player you want on your team because she doesn't back down from anyone. You know how many players in this league shrink in the moment? Sophie runs straight into it. And here's the double standard. When Angel Reese slapped a clipboard out of her coach's hands, what did people call it? Passion. When other players yell at refs, what do they say? Competitive fire. But when Sophie does it? Oh no, that's white trash behavior. Please, spare me. You can't celebrate passion when it fits your favorite player and then turn around and trash Sophie Cunningham for showing that exact same energy. That's not analysis. That's bias. Here's the truth. Sophie Cunningham is unapologetically herself. She plays hard, she talks her talk, and she doesn't care if you like her or not. And honestly, that's why she's one of the coolest personalities in the WNBA right now. She brings spice to a league that desperately needs more of it. If anything, Sophie's the type of player who makes you feel something. Love her or hate her, you're not ignoring her, and that's what stars are made of. White trash? Nah, try certified bucket getter with a side of swagger. Here's the part that drives me insane. The actual players, they weren't offended. Not even close. Caitlin Clark dropped a bibs under Chloe's post. Sydney Colson, Queen of Comedy herself, commented. DeJounte Carrington even liked it. If this was so controversial, don't you think the women in the actual picture would have said something? But no, the problem wasn't the players, it was the fans. Specifically, the toxic corner of WNBA Twitter that seems to wake up every day ready to find their next fake scandal. And let's be real for a second, Twitter sucks. It's not even Twitter anymore, it's X, but it might as well stand for extreme overreaction. Because that's all the app is now. People competing to see who can be the most offended the fastest. You could post a video of a puppy wearing a Fever jersey and Twitter would say, wow, species appropriation, do better. That's how ridiculous it's gotten. Instead of celebrating Chloe Bibby supporting her team while injured, instead of laughing at a cartoon referencing an actual game moment, they turn it into a race controversy. Because on Twitter, everything has to be the end of the world. And the worst part? Players feel like they have to listen to it. They feel like they've got to delete posts, issue apologies, and walk on eggshells. Meanwhile, the mob just moves on to their next target. It's chaos. It's hypocrisy. And it's why fans outside of the WNBA look at the league and go, man, y'all care more about fake drama than actual basketball. And that sucks, because the product on the court is really good right now. But thanks to Twitter, the conversation gets hijacked every single time. Here's the truth. Chloe Bibby didn't owe anyone an apology. Sophie Cunningham doesn't owe anyone an explanation for existing. The WNBA has an amazing product on the court, but the fans keep dragging the league off the court with constant fake outrage. This is why people roll their eyes at WNBA Twitter. To call it out. What do you think? Was Chloe Bibby's post even close to offensive, or is this just another case of the internet losing its mind? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more no-filter WNBA takes. Full Court WNBA. We keep it real.